Good morning, Lupa.
Good morning. How are you?
Fine. How you doing?
Good. Today we need to record. I need a script because it's the last meeting of the month.
No, it's not.
No?
The meeting that we have is the fourth Thursday.
Oh.
That was last week.
Oh. Because
This
I
is the
thought.
fifth
Oh,
Thursday.
got it. But do you have a script for the last one?
I might. I'll try and send it to you.
Okay, please. Because I was there and I didn't do it. It's a fourth Monday. See, I'm not.
It's the
It's not
fourth
in,
Thursday of the month. Fourth Thursday.
it's not in my blood yet. First.
Everybody has that problem the first couple of years.
Got it.
Everybody
Now I
thinks
got it.
always it's the last one, but it's not really. It's the fourth.
Okay. So I'll try to do it. And then you have it recorded so I can listen and do my minutes.
I'm pretty sure I still have a copy of it. Yeah.
Okay, wonderful. Okay. So how's everything? Yesterday, oh, who's there? Charlie?
Well,
I was with Owen at the Lapidary Club, watching him, how he works, how he takes interviews. And then now I'm hooked of whatever they're doing. I want to try something.
Oh, good. He's a good person to learn from.
Oh, yes. And then he's so calm and then he knows every angle of what he's doing. It's amazing.
Very thorough, very exact.
Hi, Charlie.
Hello, gang. How you doing?
Good.
Where is everybody?
I don't know. I think what the important ones are here.
Oh,
Are you going tonight for the show in amphitheater?
I'm not sure.
So how's your morning?
Mine
How's
is good. Very good.
Wonderful.
Nice and cool here.
Yes.
Weather was kind of hot earlier in the week.
Yeah, but you cannot compare. I lived in Tarzana, so nothing to compare with Tarzana. I'm more than happy to be here. Good morning, Joe.
Good morning. Good morning.
How are you?
Not too shabby. You've been busy, huh? And you're going to
Yeah.
get busier coming
Yes.
with cabaret, huh?
Oh, Charlie?
Yeah.
Oh, I am. Yeah.
Very good.
Yeah. Next week from Saturday.
So Charlie, will you be able to get an announcement for this next week's Thursday?
Yeah, there'll be a thing in the paper. And thank you for putting that thing on Nextdoor, and then other people have seen it on Facebook.
Yeah. So Nextdoor's got about 2,400 plus subscribers. So between the two pages, you got like, I don't know, 4,200 people, 4,400 people potentially looking at it.
Yeah.
Who's on next door?
Nextdoor has a bunch of neighborhoods, including Leisure World. So Nextdoor is got about 2,400 subscribers plus. So that's another good social media outlet for advertising the clubs.
So they are, there's a thing specifically for Leisure World and it.
No, they're
you're saying that
nationwide.
Of the 2,400 people, there are 2,400 people on it.
It's a nationwide thing of neighborhoods.
Yeah, I
It's a-
know, but
It's a commercial element. But anyway, in the neighborhood of Leisure World, there are 2,400 subscribers on Nextdoor.com.
okay.
Hi, Irene.
Hi, Irene.
Hi.
Luba's taking over the MC responsibilities. Say hello to people.
She's a lot better looking.
Whoa.
Hey, the
Okay,
North Gate's
Fred, you
gonna-
didn't raise your hand for that. Good morning, Fred.
Good morning.
How you doing?
Good, good. I'll talk about golf later with Steve after everybody goes around.
Okay. Steve, how you doing?
Okay, you know the big news this week,
Pool.
The pool's
swimming
gonna
pool's
open
open?
on Sunday?
Saturday, the swimming pool
Saturday.
is open.
Whoopee.
8:30 in the morning. I'll be there.
Bring your own
Okay.
chair.
Yeah, they got the heater on Monday and they installed it on Monday. They're putting in the dividers for the swimming pool lane dividers now. So that's the big news.
Finally.
Yeah. They were busy putting it together when I drove by.
Mhm.
And as he, one of the guys, Corrigan, saw the hole in the roof before the flue vent for the water heater hadn't been installed. Let's see, when did I go by? Yesterday. Okay, so yesterday, about 2:45, my wife said, "What's that guy doing on the roof of the pool? He's gonna fall off." I said, "That's a worker. They're still working on the pool heater." And he was putting the cap on the flue vent, the flue
Yeah.
exhaust pipe of the.
Oh,
So I figured they were at the very end of that thing, or getting it fixed.
Okay, Charlie?
Yeah, I was kind of surprised that, they're doing the pool and all that, and they were going to use the old heater. That seemed kind of strange.
oh,
It is. Usually when you have a new project, you have all new appliances and
Yeah.
stuff. Because that's your chance to get everything upgraded.
Right.
Generally, they don't put in old crap in, with a new project. But
Really old in our case.
well, I don't know. It might have been recently, replaced during its life at the pool, and they figured they'd save money, and they would if it had worked. But it's embarrassing when it doesn't work.
Yeah.
Yeah, because
They're probably not done being embarrassed over that pool yet. There's more to come. Stay tuned.
What are they complaining about next?
who knows? Right now, they're complaining about the furniture not being there. It's been 3 years and you haven't had furniture yet. Oh,
Go ahead, Fred.
Did they rebuild the locker room? Or whatever it's called?
I
I
think
believe
so.
so, yeah.
Good. I've only been in there one time, so.
Good morning, Eric.
Morning.
How you doing?
Very well.
Good. Got any events or anything coming up?
Oh, just doing my dance around trying to edit the video from the choir concert that we had on Monday. I have more trouble getting video from my camera to my, from my phone to the computer.
Can you describe the process just so that we know what the process is for iPhones and iPads?
Well, the thing that I found that works the best is
iDrop.
Airdrop.
AirDrop.
AirDrop. Really?
Okay, let Eric answer
I mean,
now.
what I've been using is this little thumb
Doggle.
drive here. I get it off my phone with this end, and then stick it into the computer with this end. And if everything goes well, it actually makes it to the computer. So I should try AirDrop. I've heard of that, but I've not really used it.
Yeah, AirDrop, the devices talk to each other, goes directly from, I don't know, wherever you're trying to go, from your phone to your Mac or to your iPad. It just goes wirelessly.
Yeah. My iPhone does not like to talk to this computer at all.
Well, AirDrop shouldn't be a problem.
I'll try
Well,
it.
is your computer also an Apple?
No, it's a
Oh,
HP.
that's the problem.
That's the problem.
Yeah,
All right.
Well, that's the reason I asked him, because I forgot
Yeah.
to tell you guys.
yeah.
That was the issue.
Okay.
Yeah, because Eric usually finds the quickest solution and the best solution for problems that he has. Pretty much all the time.
Hunt and peck and hunt and peck until something finally works.
Yeah, well, that's the system for doing
Yeah.
this stuff.
Okay, so Eric, you have how many cameras input into your project?
Well, I had 3, and then you two had, your 2 cameras that you were working with, so that's 5. Now you've got what you gave me were several short 20-minute chunks, so I can't plug those into the multicam.
Yes, you
thing.
can.
Not all on one line though, right? It has to be 3 different lines for 3 different.
Well, oh, you're right. You have 5. So it's only 4 that Power Director handles.
Well, that's if they're all of one length, right?
No,
If I've got
You can-
several short ones, I can't put those all on one
yes,
line.
you can.
I can?
From one camera, yes. So if you had 4 cameras and each
Uh-huh.
camera had a bunch of little segments of 20 minutes each, they
Uh-huh.
all go in one line. So one camera number 1 can have 100 short little segments.
Huh.
Camera number 2 can have 50 short little segments. Camera 3 could have just 2. Camera 4 can have just 1. It'll synchronize. You tell it which audio track you want to synchronize to. It does it.
Okay.
But what if the 4th and 5th camera have some clips that are identical, or would that be a possibility?
There won't be identical, but a Power Director can only handle 4 camera feeds,
All right.
no matter how many segments in each
All right.
camera.
Yeah.
There's no limit. So he would have to do all 4 at the and then finally, when he's happy with the 4, then he sticks in the other one in there and does a multi-camera again with just the final product and his 5th camera.
Okay, thank you. Luba wants to say something. Is it AirDrop?
No, Joe, when you sync multicam, and you have to specify which audio track you want to sync to. So is this audio track supposed to be a separate, or it could be with major video? I
I
mean,
didn't understand the question.
With the
so
video.
remember
With the video.
when I had a separate audio track for my entire event. So I said, sync to this audio track, and then everything came to right places. Well, if I don't have separate audio track,
Then
You can have separate.
Select one of the audio tracks that you do want to have as the primary audio track. You can have video and audio on the same thing.
okay, so
You
I
had
should say,
just audio, and below it you had video and video and video. Yeah, you can have the top one be video and audio, and that will be the track that carries through the whole project.
got it.
Okay.
Mhm.
So the whole secret is you have to make a decision which is going to be the master audio track.
Okay,
And then you tell Power Director, sync everything to that master audio track. So Eric, in the world of Canon cameras, some will capture video in 20-minute segments, and others will capture it bigger segments and have maybe 3 or 4. Let's see, one of the cameras, and my camera, I think had 3 segments, and the other camera that Ed Jablowski had about 5 segments on
Yeah,
his
they were
camera.
shorter, 10
Yeah.
minutes or something.
Yeah, they all vary depending on the bit rate and the size of the file
Mm-hmm.
of the way you set up your camera. And unfortunately, his camera and my camera were slightly different models of the Canon. So that's the world of Canon anyway.
That's an editor's tough luck.
But they're good video. I mean, the quality is good, except just the hard part of multi-camera sucks up a lot of your time. So where are you? What's your estimate on completion, or what part of it is completed?
Oh, nothing yet. I'm still trying to get it downloaded onto here. I'd gotten a lot of it downloaded onto my computer, and then yesterday I had the final piece that I was going to plug in, and my computer was dead. So at that point, I have to unplug the computer for several hours, wait for it to die, the battery to die, then plug it back in again and charge it up, which is where I'm at now. So yesterday my computer wasn't working. Now it is because I'm here.
Is that a laptop?
Yeah, a laptop.
Go ahead, Joe. Did you have something to add?
Oh, he was saying, how did the audio turn out? You mentioned you had a separate sound recorder, right, Eric?
Well, yeah, I had that, but apparently I pushed the wrong buttons or something because it did not record. I did the last time I had a concert. It worked fine, and it does. The recordings are good, but somehow the button I pushed didn't record.
Okay, so for the future, how can you tell if your audio recorder is functioning?
Well, it should have. I just need to do it more times and know what it looks like. Because some have red lights that flash, some have red lights that go on, some make little squares. This is something else. It's not even in color. I don't know. I just need to use it more before the event and make sure that I'm really.
I know some of them because that warning light that it's on
Yeah.
goes out right away
Mm-hmm.
because they don't want to use battery for that.
Yeah.
So you have to be watching when you turn it on to see that you see that indicator.
Yeah, I thought I did, but.
Because it's easy to turn it on and then not see it and turn it off,
Mhm.
thinking you're turning it on again, but you're turning it off.
Yep. Other than that, I'm doing fine.
Well, good.
I only do
Other
this,
than, other than that, Mrs. Lincoln, how did you like the play?
I only do this every couple of months, and every time it's like a new learning experience. I really need to practice more.
Hey, there's David.
Speaking of video,
Hi, everyone.
Hello.
David's got a separate, don't you have a separate audio system, David, you talked about?
I'm sorry.
Didn't you have a separate audio device you talked about a couple of weeks ago?
Yes,
I think Paul
I
has.
didn't have an opportunity to plug it in and check it out other than, well, I did with Luba and it worked good. But that was the only time. Nobody has showed me how to plug it in at any of the clubhouses. So,
You're on your own.
yeah. And I was told, don't be careful. You don't want to plug it into something that'll blow it up.
Yeah,
Yeah.
You got it.
Don't plug it into the TNT igniter.
take your multi-tester with you.
A voltage what?
So you can check the voltage or something.
That's
Is it 110 or is it 12 volts?
And the amperage too.
And
The
amperage,
will fry
yeah,
you too.
exactly.
I mean, for crying out loud, there's got to be somebody out there who's done this before, besides Paul.
Well, you should become the expert, David. It looks like you probably will. If you got to figure it out for yourself, then you'll be the expert.
Tim Fitzpatrick did it with Paul when he did the last cabaret show.
Well, I did try it at one clubhouse, following what the attendant there, who brings out the sound equipment, he rolls it out of the cart, and he said, "Yeah, you can plug it in here," and it didn't work. But,
Yeah. Paul plugged into the sound mixer.
right.
Okay, when you turn on your recorder, David, what happens? Do you see something? See a light or something?
No, I don't see any. Well, I've only plugged it in once, other than with Luba, and that, actually, I didn't plug it into anything. I just was using the microphones on the device.
Uh-huh.
Um,
So it doesn't give you any indication that it's on.
It did at that point, yeah.
What did it do?
Well, it gave me a meter reading of the
Okay,
dB,
okay.
and but when
So
I
you
plugged it
probably,
in,
Eric, you probably have a choice on yours to see a VU meter.
yeah, I've just got to plug it into something that I know isn't going to blow it up, and I've read the manual and gone on YouTube and read up on it a little bit more. So I'll try that next time.
Don't some of
Okay,
these
somebody's
devices
screwing around
have
with
a,
AirPlay.
yeah, don't some of these devices have a monitor, but you know, a
Is
slot you can
someone
plug
sharing
in?
their screen?
I'm
Well,
sorry.
Go ahead.
Joe?
Okay, guys, okay. Most of the time, those devices that are sound recorders have a plug for a headphone. So you can monitor the sound that's picking it up. Okay, my camera, just this one time when I did cover an amphitheater show and I hooked up my Canon to the master soundboard, the guy did it for me. I had my headphones on and then we did an audio test. And I couldn't hear him at the beginning, and he had to tune up his control to increase the audio feed to my camera. And he did it slowly, and he did it wisely. I'm glad he wasn't cranked 100% until we reached a point where I said, that sounds good. And he left it at that point. So that soundboard at the amphitheater is pretty sophisticated on the output to the sound recorder. And then also Paul Bassett has a second device between the recorder and the soundboard that he also fine tunes the audio, and he does and talks to the guy on the soundboard about that. So just to give you an idea of some tricks of the trade.
I'm going to go there early. Those guys will be there early, right? The sound people.
You talk about the amphitheater?
Yeah.
Yeah, they do sound checks way before
Okay.
that. Yeah, but now you're going to have Paul Bassett there, though. He's going to be the one hooking
Well,
to that.
I just want to plug mine in and check it out. You know,
Good idea.
get it set up for the amphitheater.
Yeah, you want to hang around with Paul Bassett I guess if you want to learn about audio.
Well, we need a backup for Paul, and sounds like David and Luke could be good backups for Paul, because Paul's not going to be able to make it all the time up there. He needs special assistance to get him up that ramp and over there.
Yeah, I know.
So, you guys are the backup, Luba and David, and even Eric. And if you guys can get your sound recorders to record well, consistently. And if we did, what did we do to Joseph?
Well enough
He
to
took a phone call.
know which to plug into.
I have a question, but
Yeah.
this sound system where we can plug in our Zooms, so to speak, it exists only in amphitheater, right? It's not in any other clubhouses.
No, it does exist at other clubhouses. I know for sure, because when I was trained on the one at the clubhouse too, Bill Coleman showed me the output port of the sound recorder port,
Mhm.
yeah, and it was adjustable, so you could adjust the feed. It was actually a lever going up and down on volume, so you can adjust the volume feed going to that sound recorder. So the only way you're going to know is either the view meter or the headphones. Put the headphones on and listen how loud it is.
Joe, who is that you were talking to there?
Oh, that was Bill Coleman, who retired,
Oh,
and now another guy has taken his place. I talked to that other guy that took his place. Name was Jesse, and I asked him if he's going to ever have a class on the soundboards, and he thought about it, and he said he'll get back to me. Yeah, it means that he didn't plan to have a class because he didn't know there's a group of people that are interested in how to operate that soundboard, at least the feed to a recorder.
Is there something like a manual for those things?
I can guarantee you there's a manual for those things that are sold, yes, by the manufacturer.
Because usually you can find
Words
old,
available, I don't know.
yeah, even if devices old, quite often you can still find a manual for them, even if they're not making them anymore.
Yeah, if you know the make and model of it.
Which are the output that I can plug into?
Yeah, I mean, if you got a manual, they're gonna have a diagram describing every single plug on those things, I would think.
Yeah. Well, it's simple enough to ask somebody and have them say, okay, yeah, here's where you plug it in, and here's what you do, and this, and rather than searching through a manual for this whole soundboard system. I don't know how
That's true, but eventually you're the guy that they're asking.
Tim
I
Fitzpatrick,
don't set up a soundboard. I just want to plug something into it.
yeah, Tim Fitzpatrick will help you with Cabaret.
Anyway, tonight's a concert.
Which concert are you talking about?
Isn't there a concert tonight?
Yeah, amphitheater.
Yeah.
There's a concert at the amphitheater tonight.
Yes.
Yeah,
I missed the announcement.
it was in the paper.
Right on the front page of the newspaper.
They're going to introduce their new executive director.
So who's playing today?
Shania Twain and
McGraw
McGraw.
and Shania Twain, is it?
Yeah.
Well, David, I'll give you a chance to go talk to the sound guy if you want.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. I'm going to go over there early.
Just test it a little bit. Tell him who you are, and usually if it's the same sound guy that's been there before, he's very friendly. He'll help you a lot. So, but I don't know if they have a new contractor for the crew. They were talking about the price. I think it was $2,500 that they pay the crew to work at the amphitheater. That does the control room spotlights and the sound.
Yeah, whoever is in charge of the spotlights is terrible. This past year,
Be sure to tell him, David. He'll be helpful to you after that.
Yeah, put your hand up there.
Find out about the soundboard before you tell them about
no.
the spotlights.
Trust
I
me,
used
2 years ago or 3 years ago, I can't even remember now. I got beautiful pictures with great lighting. But last year it was just a mixture of a hodgepodge of red and yellow and weird lights and anyway.
Well, they have filters. You know they have a lot of filters for the spotlights. I used to work a spotlight, believe it or not, back last century in 1957. Let me take you back to 1957. In high school, I was one of the nerds in high school. And so they say, "Hey, Joe, would you like to earn a little extra money? We have events at night in the school auditorium that needs a spotlight operator." So I said, "Sure." And they gave me a few bucks. And that spotlight was so old, it had carbon arc.
Carbon arc. Oh my God. I
Carbon
remember
arc things
those.
that you'd have to touch them, and then the arc would, create an arc, and that arc created a light, and you kept it at a certain distance, and that light then is magnified by huge lenses with this big old machine that you could aim, and then you had a shutter, you could shut it off.
And there's
No.
smoke coming out of the top of it.
It was hot. Yes, it was hot. That was my job for one season with a high school.
I
Sounds like
remember
a diesel
those.
engine.
Yeah, it had a feed. There was a big carbon rod that had a feed on it that would feed it toward the electrode where it's making the connection. Kind of like a big welding. It was like a big welding machine going on all the time.
Yep.
That's
You get
basically
that
what
part.
it was.
How did you know, Fred?
I used to work on movie locations, and in those days they used a lot of them, especially when they really needed to light up things. I remember one time they were shooting at LAX in a big hangar, so they needed these big lights. And because it's an open flame, the fire department put the kibosh. They said, "No, you can't use them." Boy, they had a fit because they said, "Well, how are we going to light? That's the only way you can light this airplane in this hangar." But anyway, that's
How did
Just
they
how I
set
knew
it on
about
fire directly. Why bother with the lamps?
Yeah, you can see the plane when it's on fire.
Yeah.
That was my job.
I've been shooting a lot of photos for events lately, and I'm going to use Power Director to create a kind of a slideshow, I guess, like Joseph was demonstrating last year or earlier this year, whenever that was. Remember that we were supposed to put together little slideshows
Of what?
It was last year.
whatever of places we've been,
Yeah.
The thing Gordon was
where we
doing.
grew up.
You
Four
can
by
do that in
four,
Power
side by
Director. I
side.
assume you can do that in Power Director with
Yeah.
stills, right?
Absolutely. Can I add?
Go ahead, Luba.
I created short video for my granddaughter in Australia. She's turning on August 25th, 1 year. So my daughter was sending millions of short videos and photos and everything. So I created everything in Power Director, and there is amazing templates for the slideshows, anything possible. You just drop the way you want to see the order of photos. Boom, it's done. Then you just choose your music, and it looks amazing.
Yeah, the automatic slideshow makers are great.
Right now, I've been editing 7 to 7 every friggin' day for the past 2 weeks, man. Getting old.
So finish it up.
Huh?
Finish it up.
Yeah, I am. Today I gotta get the Korean War Veterans event pictures to the paper. I sent in the 60th anniversary to the paper. I sent in some other ones to the paper. I can't even remember, just so many events, just blended together.
Yeah, they shouldn't come as a surprise. They were on the same date every year,
Uh,
Christmas is
The nice
coming?
thing about the papers, I only need like 6 or 7 photos, It's not like editing a video.
Okay, Steve, you were going to talk with Fred about golf?
Yeah.
Steve's napping again.
Steve, wake up.
Thanks for waking me up. Yeah.
Are you
Okay.
gonna watch LIV golf today? It's gonna be on their own channel, livegolf.com, and it's also gonna be streamed on YouTube, but it won't be on television.
Really?
They're
Oh,
playing
I
in
didn't know
Portland.
that.
They're playing in Portland
It's going to be on YouTube and what?
on livegolf.com.
liv.com. Oh,
livgolf.com.
Is that the one in Connecticut?
They're playing in Portland.
Portland?
That would be
Oregon?
Maine.
Portland, now Oregon, I think.
Oh, that one.
Oh, that's the
oh.
one on TV is in Connecticut.
Yeah, that's the PGA.
Yeah.
it seems like all these players that go for the live have some cross to bear or something. They all kind of take a shot at the PGA. So I don't know if they really get the good players or they just get the ones that are not satisfied with the PGA.
Yeah, I heard a
I think
couple
it'd be more
sports.
like the ones that the PGA isn't satisfied with.
Well, I heard a couple of commentators talking about it earlier, and the one guy was saying, those big time players, Dustin Johnson, and some of those, they don't want to. Apparently, in the PGA, you've got to play 15 tournaments a year to keep your card. And a lot of them don't want to play that much anymore. They've got all kinds of money already. They'll play the majors, but 15 is more than they want to play. And apparently with this, the current one is starting out, there's 8 or something, and then I don't know what it'll eventually turn out to be. And of course, they're giving them so much money. It's kind of like show up money. You don't have to win the tournament to make a lot of money. So I think a lot of those guys feel, well, I'll play, 5 or 6 times a year and I'll make a lot of money. And I'm, like Mickelson, he's semi-retired anyway.
Yeah, but they have to finish in to get a ranking in order to be a player. They have to finish a certain.
No, they don't. This is only 54 players and they all get paid.
Oh.
And they all play every week.
But they don't get the kind of money they'd get if they played in the PGA, right?
Oh, they get way more money. That's why they went there.
No, they can't get way more money.
Yeah, they do. Because these are,
It's that every player gets paid, not just a few.
Yeah,
well, I don't know the whole story, but it's Saudi money and it's like a bottomless pit of money. Mickelson won't even reveal how many millions and millions of dollars they paid him just to sign up. They don't even want to talk about it. It's so obscene, the amount of money that they're getting.
He
Give him more money to
doesn't want to
gamble with.
let anybody know about his gambling debts that he has.
Yeah,
that
like
he has to
$50
pay
million.
for.
He's
Yeah.
gambled away over the years, apparently. Something like that.
He always kept that a competitive spirit, didn't he?
Exactly.
Uh,
Yeah, I'm going to sink this putt for 10 grand. You want a piece of that?
If I bet this raindrop beats this raindrop down the window.
Tell you the truth, I'm more interested in the Wilmington tennis championship than I am in golf this week.
Yeah, no, what's her name? I guess got lost in the first round. What's the woman's name? Serena?
Serena, yeah.
She already lost? Wow.
She
Yeah,
lost
she
in the
lost.
first round.
But she hasn't played in about 2 years.
Yeah.
Or years. So
Yeah.
she wasn't really prepared.
She's kind of like the Tiger Woods of tennis. Not
Yeah.
playing very much and then not doing too well when she plays.
I gotta see how Nadal does against Djokovic. See if he can beat Djokovic again.
At Wimbledon.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's one of the few grass courts that they play
Yeah.
majors on anymore.
Yeah, they don't play very many tournaments on grass anymore.
That's right.
So, well, the Dodgers aren't doing that well. They what are they 6-3?
Do they play
over
golf
there.
too? This was a golf
No,
conversation.
they do. They do
We're
play
done
golf.
with golf.
They play golf on their days off.
Yeah. No, they did okay last night.
Yeah, they won last night. How did they get shut out at Rockies stadium there the other night, though?
We don't want to talk about it.
Is anybody going to be doing anything on the 4th of July stuff?
Oh, well, we're going to a Dodger game.
Well, no. Sports are over, Steve.
Uh,
Joe?
well, when we drive back from Dodger Stadium, we see all these fireworks go off.
Well,
on,
that's an interesting point, Steve. Joe, did you have something?
You said about the 4th of July?
Yeah,
You mean talk about videoing or?
yeah, videoing.
Yeah, I'll be out there videoing the car show and the whatever the activities are at Clubhouse 6 parking lot and the band a little bit. And Christina's not here, so I can't speak for her, but she wanted to do some video from her drone, but not flying overhead of anybody. She was interested in the car show. Did Charlie, do you know if the car show route is in the paper today?
I don't know. I went through it, but I didn't look at it. I don't remember seeing that.
Okay, she's interested in the route so that she can be at some place safe that she can be in the
Okay,
air.
somebody has the paper right there. Take a look, will you?
David will. Hey, you guys know that the North Gate Road is going to close?
Halo there.
Okay,
What, Charlie?
North Gate is closed. Is that what you said, Joe?
Okay, Joe, go ahead.
The North Gate is going to be closed starting the 8th of July the 8th. By the way, in case you don't know, it'll be closed for several months. So that'll put a big load on the traffic in the main gate. Because the North Gate, in my day, they used to handle about under 2,000 cars coming in and out through that gate. Okay, and later on I could share something about that, but I think David's anxious to tell us.
Okay, David?
I heard the pool was opening Saturday.
Well, David, what does that got to do with the route for the parade? Anything? Are they going through the pool area?
Okay, well, David's still looking. But
Okay.
I can share the sign if I'm allowed to. Oh, okay, David's back. I'm sorry.
Go ahead, David.
On page 16, there's the route for the golf cart, Rolling Thunder Golf Cart Parade.
Okay, what about the car show, the car parade?
I don't know. I haven't seen the car parade yet.
It might just come in the gate and park.
Yeah, I didn't know
Did
they
it drive
moved.
around the place the last time?
Yes,
Okay.
they've driven around before. Now, maybe they won't do it this time because they'll crash into the golf carts.
Yeah. And maybe someone will drive into the pool.
Oh,
That'll be fun.
Okay, can I share something while David's looking?
You certainly can.
Okay, here we go. It's about a minute and a half. See if I can get that guy. I need to share the sound. Hit the share button. Can you guys see that?
Yep.
Yes.
Okay, I'll play it. North Gate to be closed next week. North Gate to be closed next week. That's it. So
Good narration, Joe.
thanks. Anyway, as you come in, if you're coming in from Seal Beach Boulevard using North Gate Road, the fire department there's two signs there, and one says the actual date of closure as well. So if they say it, it must be true. Who knows?
So if you have an undying desire to go through the North Gate a few more times before it closes, you only have 8 days, 7 days.
There should be a ceremony, a closing ceremony of cars, the last cars going through the gate, and they close it at 10 o'clock.
Today, I mean, on the 4th,
The 8th.
eighth.
The 8th, according to the sign, it says July the 8th at the fire department. So David, if you want to, you and I can be the last cars going through the gate at 10 o'clock, 9:59 PM, July 7th. The last of the Mohegans for 3 months.
3 months.
The article on the front page about the classic cars, it doesn't show a route. It
Okay, thank you. Thanks for looking.
mentioned the parade for and the location for the map on the front page, but I'm talking about the Rolling Thunder golf,
Yeah, right, yeah.
but I didn't see anything about the golf classic cars.
They probably won't have a parade then. If they
Last
didn't.
year, they kind of got lost and went in the wrong direction or something. I remember something about that.
Turned.
I think because there's so much stuff going on in Clubhouse 6.
Do we
Yeah.
have to have an intelligence test for the people who bring in classic cars?
Yeah, they're old people like us.
Yeah. Port is left.
Well, if one guy goes the wrong direction, everybody follows him.
Yep. So only the first person has to take the test then.
Yeah, if the first person's lost, then everybody's lost.
Just keep turning left or keep turning right. I don't know.
Bonnie, do you have anything to add to this meeting?
No, I'm
Okay.
doing better. Thank you.
Glad to hear it. Anybody know anything about Janice?
Irene should know. She lives right across from her.
Irene? Oops.
Whoops. No, the other day she called to ask for some help, but she had another neighbor help her. So, so she said she's getting well.
Good.
My neighbor is very sick. I assume he's got COVID, but I don't know, but he's quite sick. And then the next neighbors, a couple, they both are recovering from COVID. As a matter of fact, the woman is still, said the other day, she's still testing positive. So COVID is alive and well. I guess we all have stories of what's going on in our neighborhoods.
Okay, and what is, when you go off campus, when you go to places off campus, is anybody wearing masks?
I don't.
I don't go off campus.
Okay.
No,
Yeah,
if
none
I
of
go,
the stores have the mask signs on the doors anymore.
Yeah.
So, go ahead, Joe.
Okay, the latest stats. I always ask my kid, what's the latest stats at the hospital that he works at? And he says the cases are increasing. There's a slow increase in the COVID cases for the medical staff that gets tested every week. So
Yeah.
these are people that are, fully vaccinated, that work in the medical industry. They
Mhm.
come to work, they don't know they have COVID until they get tested, and then they're sent home. So the good news for them, it's mild, so mild that they really don't know they're sick until they're spotted in the test. So that's the good news. The bad news, it's slowly going up, still going up
Yeah,
at least in San
Omni 5
Francisco.
is more contagious.
So-
yes, and probably that staff is not in the senior citizen group, so they
Yes, it
say
is.
that. Oh, is it? Okay,
Yes,
because
it
they say the vaccine is, not, obviously it'll prevent severe illness, but there's a big stretch between asymptomatic and severe where you can feel like you know what, even though you wish you'd die and you know you're not going to.
Irene, did you have your
I
hand up there for a second?
I have a feeling my neighbor maybe was not vaccinated.
Irene?
Yeah,
Did
I
you
was
have your
gonna
hand
say,
up for a second?
I
Go
was
ahead.
gonna say, Saturday, the veterans having a picnic, and Michael and I are we're gonna video it, and it'll be July 2nd, in Clubhouse 1, the picnic area.
Okay, and you and who are doing that?
Michael, Michael
You
O.
and Michael. Okay, cool. Cool. That'll be great.
She's getting free hot dogs too for that, right? Hamburgers?
Yes, yeah. We got to do
Free
it
food
last.
for veterans.
Yeah. That's at 11 o'clock.
Yeah, so the golf cart parade starts on Sunningdale.
That's my street. It's where the flagpole is, and a little cul-de-sac with the flagpole.
Anyway,
So
Del Monte past,
There are flagpoles everywhere.
well, I don't know because that's the only one I know about. Anyway,
David, where did you say they're going to start?
on Sunningdale.
Sunningdale.
Don't they have a staging area?
I have no idea. It looks like, it's
Well, there's a little circular area there, like a cul-de-sac, so that's probably what, and there's also parking there, so that's probably what they're going to use for their staging area.
yeah, at the end of the golf course.
Yeah, it's a block.
And what
from the
time
golf
is that
course.
taking off?
So they're gonna go from right to left, all the way around Del Monte, Northwood Road, El Dorado, and then they're gonna jog over past the electrical and to Golden Rain, and then turn back on El Dorado and go down Oakmont to St. Andrews and to Clubhouse 6.
That's going to get crowded in the parking lot because you're going to have the cars there. You're going to have the band there. You're going to have the food trucks there. And then they're going to come in and park in there too, right? David?
Only parking for Clubhouse 6, what they said.
Is there any time that this thing starts? Does it say the time, David?
I'll bet 10 o'clock.
The pressure's on David. He's going to come through for us.
Okay.
Decorating will be at 9:30 a.m. with the parade starting at 10.
10, okay.
Right. You got it right, Charlie, 10.
I want to go back to the mask thing. I think most of the airlines are not requiring it, even though I did hear someone who just came back from Europe on Lufthansa and they were requiring masks, but apparently some are not.
Yeah, America's not requiring them, but the other countries are, I think.
Right, correct. I've taken a couple of people to flights in this, about 2 different people this last week. Masks are not required on the domestic United States flights.
It's optional.
Unless they don't need COVID tests coming or going.
No, don't have to provide proof of vaccination to take the flights. At least not for the 2 couples that I took to the airport. It's not required on Ontario, for sure. I know that. Well, David, one more question for you. Are you going to be doing any videoing or photography of the 4th of July events?
Yeah,
Photography or video?
probably a little of both.
Any particular event?
I'm going to take some pictures of the cars and, I don't know what I'm going to do with them, but I'll probably send some to Ruth and shoot some video. As far as, I don't know where I will start for the golf cart parade, but I'll probably be somewhere, maybe at Clubhouse 6 or something. Yeah, I don't know. I don't
Well,
want,
Sunningdale wouldn't be a bad place if that's where you're going to take off. There probably won't be a big crowd there, and there's lots of places to set up, and you'll all be going by right there at the start.
I don't want to be
Yeah, but
on,
he wants the classic cars, not the carts.
Oh, I see. Okay. Yeah, not the golf carts. I get it.
Joe, are you interested in receiving video from other people that shoot video?
Yeah, I was gonna ask David. David, if you don't have a plan on your video work, would you like to collaborate with me and I can use your video and my video and work something together?
Sure.
I could do the editing, or you could do the editing if you want. It's up to you, but I can do the editing. I'll volunteer to do that part. If I can find you at the Clubhouse 6 area, and then we could go up to the Video Producers Club and then transfer the video.
I'm on the straightaway because they go too fast. I'm gonna be someplace like close to a corner where they have to slow down. You know what I mean?
Yep,
Mhm.
So,
they make the turns that they have to slow down or they flip over.
but
Or people could send you video via WeTransfer, Joe?
Yep, WeTransfer is one way. I have the free version. I think they have a limit of 2 gigabytes.
Mhm.
And then I have a Google Drive, and that one doesn't have any limit on the size of the file.
Mhm.
Okay, but if I see David there, we can swap. If not, we could work out a way of transferring it.
yeah,
Okay.
one of the computers up in the lounge.
I think Luba had her hand up.
Yeah.
Luba, go ahead.
When you recording events, then you transfer your stuff to your computer, because with David, it was so easy. He would bring the external drive and we would exchange materials. So it's pretty much not a problem.
Yeah, actually, David, that's a good idea. If we don't connect, you can go to if you want, go to the Video Producers Club and put it in one of the files and just tell me which file you put it in at the Video Producers Club.
Mhm. Even easier.
Yeah, which computer and which file you put it in, and I'll look it up that way too.
Mhm.
Will do.
Good idea.
Okay, so of the people who are here, anybody in favor of meeting in person?
Not me.
Okay, all right.
You mean for the keep it open thing?
Meetings.
The general meeting.
Yeah. Okay, we'll ask the question again next week and see if it's changed.
Yeah, we've already talked about it. I mean, the problem, as Joe already talked about it, a lot of people are asymptomatic, and so you go to a meeting and everybody feels fine. But if some person's asymptomatic, you can, I mean, the worst case I've heard about that, somebody went on a tour. The worst thing you could go is like on a tour, travel where you ride on a
Yeah.
bus. Imagine riding on a bus or a little minivan with 10 or 12 people all day long, hour after hour in a little van. Boy, you're just asking for trouble.
Yeah, I really.
You're better off than those people who tried to sneak into the country in a tractor trailer.
That's true. Don't do that.
Well, again, the example is, okay, my kid, when he went on the cruise, he was fully vaccinated. They took the test. Every passenger had to take a swab for the test, the fast respond test. They all cleared. Lo and behold, there's an outbreak of COVID on that ship, even if they tried their best. And they were doing random testing, and he showed up positive, and he had very mild symptoms. He said he had a sore throat and a slight fever, and that was it. He didn't think he was sick. He thought he was maybe the flu, and he had to spend 10 days in quarantine on the
What-
cruise ship on his cabin. And the
Anybody have an
cabin was-
idea of, go ahead, Joe, finish up.
No, anyway, the cabin was big, had a butler and all that good stuff, so he didn't suffer much.
Okay,
End of
Fred,
story.
Well, yeah, the problem, my daughter and her boyfriend went on a cruise, and they got, for a very small amount of money, got put up to the penthouse or something where they had a butler and all that, and they had a wonderful time, and they were checked. But the problem with the cruises is they stop and 4,000 people get off the boat and they go mingle with all the local people someplace, and then they get back on the ship. So, you know, unless they test it, and I assume they don't just test them every time they come back on the ship. So that, I mean, that's the problem. If the boat just went around and never went anyplace, or nobody got off, it's kind of like they should have like the cruise to nowhere, you know, it just goes out and goes around in a circle, and it's like being in a hotel or something.
Well, just go to a restaurant. What's the big deal? That's all the cruise is anyhow.
Yeah,
go to a
except when you go to the
walk on a
restaurant, you
street,
don't.
know?
When you go to the restaurant, you don't know you don't know that everybody there has been tested.
The thing is that you don't want
Okay, so like what anybody have any ideas of what criteria we have to meet so that people will go to meetings? What is it? That there's no rumors of COVID anywhere in the world? I mean, there's a great anecdotal stories about cases here and cases there, but what do we need to see in the facts to encourage us? Like, we have a big meeting room. We could easily be 6 feet apart.
And in the mask if needed.
And masks. But go ahead, David.
Yeah, I was listening to a report on the radio. They were talking about, it was talk radio. Anyways, they were talking about the long-term effects of COVID, and like shingles comes from chickenpox. If you had chickenpox, there's a good chance you would get shingles. But they're also talking about the organs that are affected by COVID. And they really don't know what the long-term effects are going to be, but there are going to be long-term effects. You know,
Yeah, but we got to be reading stuff and looking for stuff that has facts and numbers in it, and not just stories.
Yeah, well, they were.
I'm not trying to talk people into anything here. I'm not trying to talk you into meeting in person. I just want to. Go ahead, Charlie.
I gotta go, but if you're not going, if you're available, come to tonight at 5 o'clock, and I'll talk to you later. I got a call.
Charlie's
Bye.
world famous meeting. Thank you, Charlie. Thanks for coming.
So I assume at the amphitheater, there's no mask mandate. Is that true?
I have not heard, but you can go into any building around here and there's nobody with a mask on.
So
Well,
Nice.
okay, along
Go
the
ahead,
lines of what would it take to have a meeting? Could we have a meeting outdoors? I feel a little safer outdoors than rather in a crowded room.
Outdoors and 6 feet apart, or just outdoors?
Outdoors.
Okay.
Outdoors.
yeah,
I
there's
feel
that
more
spot
comfortable.
over there by where they have the shuffleboard over there behind Clubhouse 1. It's kind of park. We've had little, they had picnics and stuff. If everybody brought a chair or whatever.
Well,
maybe
we'd
that-
have to get consent to do it anytime.
No, I
anyplace.
understand. You'd have to get permission.
Okay, but I'll talk to Kathy and see if we could do that.
And we could
Well,
roast at the same time.
What?
And we could roast hot dogs and hamburgers at the same time.
Well, you just want to have a party. We could do that.
You bring the wine, David.
Question.
Luba.
How about
You
the
know-
amphitheater?
Can we use chairs from Clubhouse 3 and sit under the whatever exercise between 3 and library?
That's a
There's-
space, though. That's a space that they assign to people to use.
Okay, what about on the side where tax stuff going on? There are tables and everything. We can sit there.
Yeah, okay, let's think about those things. It's going to be really hot in those tables outside of that covering by the
Yeah,
end
you
of the
need
month.
to be in the shade. You need to
Yeah,
have
you
shade.
need to be
yeah.
in the shade or indoors with air conditioning.
Okay.
Um,
From 10 to 11. it's
anyway.
fine.
All right, guys, if that's it, I gotta go.
Okay, David, thanks for coming. Good to see you.
See you next week. Or see you at the show tonight.
Okay, all right. Yeah, it's time to let everybody go.
Okay,
Luba, next time when we have our regular meeting, I'd like you to record it too. Okay, or the fourth Thursday,
yeah,
okay?
sure.
Anybody confused about the fourth Thursday thing? Because this is the